U.S. men's national soccer team is taking shit seriously. The news isn't 100%, 1,000% on the dotted line, but as you can see here,
Well, as I reported last week, Pochettino became the focus of the search. He was the top target for the U.S. Soccer Federation when they believed that they had a shot to get him a manager of his profile. I think this is exactly what U.S. Soccer knew they needed going into this coaching search.
Mauricio Pochettino has agreed to a deal to coach the United States men's national team, according to ESPN's Mark Ogden and The Athletic's David Ornstein. This really is incredible news. A couple weeks back, or maybe a month back, said all this, no way that we were going to get Pochettino, no way we're going to get these top head coaches, and I was so wrong, because this is what we want to see, man. We went from Greg Bernhalter, some nobody, to Pochettino. I mean, yes, he's not won all the major accolades that people expected him to make and get, but he transformed Tottenham, made them from nobodies to somebody. Not alone, but you know what I'm saying. Really made them into something, into a dynasty. And then yes, maybe at PSG he didn't succeed as much, but he did get them to a Champions League final. It didn't work out well. But of course, it's deeper than that. And then he, of course, coached at Chelsea, which again didn't get the opportunity. Same with Graham Potter, didn't get the opportunity I think that you should get with all those players and trying to get him to coexist and all that. But wow, U.S. men's national team is moving seriously. World Cup is coming. It's going to be here, and they're not playing any games. They're hiring somebody who's top. The players will definitely respect him. I mean, without a doubt. If you have somebody that's coached pretty much, some of the top ballers in this generation, you typically respect them. So great to see. And hopefully we can really get some attacking style that we've all been wanting to see, and a coach who can really put players that maybe aren't the best quality, but really use them in their best positions. So it says here, the 52-year-old guided Tottenham Hotspurs to a 2019 Champions League final and won the French League with PSG in 2021, 2022. Of course, PSG is basically the only team that really is going to win in the French division, but that's another story. He did coach Chelsea again, like I said, in which they finished 6th, and then he was let go. So Pochettino will succeed Greg Bernhalter, who was fired in July after U.S. men's finished 3rd in the group in the Copa America. We heard all this talk about how it could be Klopp. We want Klopp. But, the former Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund manager, Jurgen Klopp, made it clear he wasn't interested in the job. Pochettino became the biggest name that seemed a realistic target for the U.S. men's soccer team. And even then, when I heard the first news, I was like, oh my gosh, they're trying to spin the hamster wheel again. It's just about, clickbait. But man, they got the guy. I don't even know how much they're paying him. I'm sure it's a fat sum. But bro, this is what we want to see. This is going to boost American soccer. This is going to get the eyes on American soccer and hopefully get the creativity really in the game, and much more people that actually will start to respect it, at least Americans. Tottenham, Southampton, Espanyol, and Espanyol in La Liga all overachieved with the Argentine head coach on the touchline. While his PSG and Chelsea spells aren't remembered fondly, he's far from the first manager to succumb to what were wider issues with each club. In the case of the latter, a 6th place finish was an encouraging finish given what he was up against. Which, Chelsea supporters, what are your thoughts? I mean, I know some that wish they would have gave him more time, and I think that as well, especially, and that's coming from someone who's a Manchester United fan. Tactically, Pochettino has also drawn praise for his style that emphasizes pressing and going on the attack, and we've seen this with all his teams. They're good to watch. They're fun to watch. It's entertaining to watch. You are ready to see them play, and typically you're hoping that they win, because that type of play style is the style we all love. I mean, come on, we all became fans of Tottenham when he played, when he coached for that team. Maybe some rivals didn't, maybe Arsenal fans didn't, but as a neutral supporter, definitely one of my favorite coaches to watch. And, I always want him to succeed wherever he goes. The article also says, as with Klopp, Pochettino's success is owed to how much he's nurtured and developed young talent. The national team structure typically doesn't allow for a coach to have the same kind of impact because he isn't working with the players every day for months on end. The U.S. men's team isn't just a bunch of ballers, you know what I mean? But I do feel we have some quality that hasn't been used in the right way, whether drama or not. I feel like we have decent players, and as long as you play them in the position they're most comfortable with, I think then you implement your game plan. I think it will work decently. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about being a team. So if you can make the most balanced team, that will do you the best. You don't need a bunch of stars. Yes, you do need skilled players. We have some skilled players, right? But it's all about the way they play, tactics, and in-game management. I think at least that defines the inches when it comes to World Cup play or the higher international play. They go on to say, at the administrative level, it remains to be seen whether U.S. soccer can get out of its own way. The timeline of Bernhalter's firing is a story by itself, considering he was let go after his contract expired, only to get rehired. So bringing in Pochettino will be a big test for the U.S. soccer in multiple will be a big test for U.S. soccer on multiple levels, particularly whether it can allow for a coach of his level to thrive. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, they may not get a lot of time with these players, but I definitely feel they get enough, especially if that's the only job you have. We have plenty of time to prepare for the World Cup, and this is something I feel is so exciting for U.S. men's national team. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Pochettino is a good hire? Was there someone else you'd rather besides him? I mean, come on. If you had to pick between the two, I mean, I might pick Pochettino over Klopp. I mean, yeah, Klopp did some amazing things with Liverpool, done some amazing things with Borussia Dortmund. So it literally is a flip of the coin. But if we could get these two, I don't mind the fact that it was Pochettino. And this is Football Focus. We talk about soccer, football, sports analysis, main thing we talk about. But if you're feeling the vibe, leave a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. And the Premier League begins this weekend. Woo!
Come on! Shoo! Respect, respect.